gets $10 Macy's money for every $50.
Now at Macy's. Learn more at Macys.com/Macy's Money. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Live from everywhere USA, it's Fox Across America with Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, here we go. Coming to you live from the greatest country in the world, broadcasting from the tippy top of the world-famous Fox News headquarters in New York City. We are laced in this hour of Fox Across America with your radio buddy, Jimmy Fallon. Brian Brenberg is going to be. He's an econ professor at the King's College, a Fox News contributor, a bit of a sports fan, so he will weigh in on some goings-on in Major League. Of course, this big blockbuster trade. We just sent Brittany Griner, the WNBA, back to America in return for the Russian merchant of death. He, of course, the only member of that trade who can actually shoot. But more women are oppressed in Hollywood, and made the claim during an interview yesterday that she was an action hero when she made the Hunger Games. I mean, listen, I'm not even like a cinema buff, but Uma Thurman and Demi Moore, certainly Angelina Jolie. I know there's a lot of Sigourney Weaver fans out there from the Alien series. If you go back far enough, you probably know Pam Grier. There's plenty of female action heroes. Okay, Gal Gadot comes to mind of late, made a business in the Wonder Woman franchise. Although, do you want a Lincoln Fala joke really quick? Lincoln Fala likes to say, you know, he does this impersonation of an old man where he's like, when I was a kid, we had Wonder Woman. Now, in this day and age, you gotta wonder if it's really a woman. That's a Lincoln. But Wonder Woman making big money at the blockbuster money at the box office. I think that is the sentence I was trying to complete right there. At that moment. Do you speak any English? Really, though. But the language of victimhood is the one that's constantly being spoken now by the most spectacularly prosperous people in our society. Okay, so Jennifer Lawrence, let me tell you what's going on here. One is, they like to celebrate trauma in Hollywood because it's become like this little branding exercise where, oh, you demonstrated some vulnerability. Oh, that was so brave of you to take on that role. Yo, there is nothing brave about signing a $20 million paycheck to go play pretend. Nothing brave about it.
That's true. That is true.
Okay, when she signed on to play the Hunger Games, it was not brave, it was not courageous. You were making 22. Okay, I will demonstrate that bravery any day of the week, 365 days a year. But there's a twofold thing going on here. Everyone is always in Hollywood trying to repurpose their work as being meaningful than it is, because they feel like a legitimate sense of guilt for how fortunate they happen to be. And I can tell you, I experienced this in my position. I was a cab driver, man. It took me 20 years to get to where I am here. I mean, I was only a full-time cab driver for about 6 years, but, you know, licensed for about 7. And then the renewal process got a little dicey given my record. But the point is, to get from a place where I not only didn't have money in the bank, but I didn't have a bank, to where I am now, which is, you know, I'm on TV every day on the biggest channel in the world. I'm on the radio. This is very exciting, but it's, you know, I'll never lose touch with the version of me that just really had nothing. When you, even if, you know, you worked your way up, you got here, you put in the 20 years of life and struggle and everything else to get here, and I had a damn good time doing it. That's why it took so long. I was having too much fun being poor. We still had a good time. Again, you're not in the money business. You're in the happiness business. Find little things you enjoy. Okay, you don't have any cook. You can cook cheap food. You don't need fancy food. You can cook. I'll teach you all kinds of ghetto recipes that you'll love. Okay, that's what I did for all this time I spent struggling as a comic and a cab driver. But the point is, there's always things you can go love that don't cost you anything. You know, your music, you throw on the air, whatever you do. Okay, but the point is, okay, having gotten from there to here, I always feel a survivor's guilt. And anybody who drives me anywhere, it's a cab driver, or when you get off TV, you know, they'll send you home in a big fancy SUV, like you're a star. I mean, it's hilarious, okay? I feel such a sense of survivor's guilt that I am tipping these drivers to the point that they think I'm romantically interested in them. They're like, I thought we had something, Jim. You gave me all that money. I literally, it's embarrassing. I feel bad, but I'll never get over it. Like, I frequently call Jenny, like, I just got done with Hannity. You know, how much money you got on you? I'm getting dropped off. I don't have that much on me. I'm giving them everything, okay? And I'm not saying that to win any type of Man of the Year award, because I am the most flawed human being I've ever met. Oh, God, what a mess I am. But the truth is, I feel some sense of survivor's guilt, so I'm always trying to give back to the people in that similar profession that I work in Hollywood. And you're literally making $25 million a year. I don't doubt that there are some decent people out there that feel guilty about it. Because how lucky are you to have hit that genetic lottery that enabled you to make that money? Because understand, people in Hollywood are famous because of their looks. They're not famous for anything else. They're not famous because of their brains. They're not famous because of their talent. They're famous because of their looks. They hit the genetic lottery. Okay, if you're a Hollywood movie star, you are so good looking that people are willing to pay $22 a popcorn to watch you recite the words that were written by an ugly person. Okay, I know. I've been in a lot of writers' rooms. Okay, you think about Matthew McConaughey. He is so good looking. Okay, they will pay him to just talk to himself in like a Buick commercial, like a Cadillac commercial, whatever the hell happens to. Just get in the car, talk to yourself. And he's around and ran. Women will look at him and, honey, we got to get one of those. And it works. There's not even scripts. Just a guy driving around babbling to himself. You spend all day babbling to yourself in this day and age, they'll make you president.
You know, the rapidly rising I don't know.
Okay, the biggest actors among us, okay, the biggest ones, they're Hollywood handsome. They're genetic lottery. These are not smart people. So when Jennifer Lawrence opened her mouth and started selling that currency of victims, up against it when I made the Hunger Games, because we'd never had a female dude, again, that's like saying we've never had a pot smoker in a reggae band. Yes, we have, Jennifer Lawrence. Yes, we have. But here it is, clip 40.
I remember when I was doing Hunger Games, nobody had ever put a woman in the lead of an action movie because it wouldn't work. We were told girls and boys can both identify with a male lead, but boys cannot identify. And it just makes me so happy every single time I see a movie come out that just blows through every single one of those beliefs and proves that it is just a lie to keep certain people out of the movies, to keep certain people in positions that they've always been in. And it's just amazing to watch it happen and watch you at the helm.
I mean,
that was absolutely dreadful.
Okay, she got such a... New York Times actually published, Time magazine actually published a piece called The Evolution of the Female Action Hero and listed close to 75 roles that occurred before she went out and made the Hunger Games.
What an idiot.
But why did she try peddling that? Why did she try to act Jackie Robinson, female action hero? Gender barrier. Why? Because in Hollywood, they want to make their movie their more meaningful than it is. So they'll always fight some fake form of oppression. When there was real oppression, like Harvey Weinstein, like actually raping women, they all got along to get along because they didn't want the blow losing roles. And then once he found himself in the legal crosshairs and it was all the people who handed the guy a dozen Oscars and kept quiet about his shenanigans for 20 years started moralizing about the sticking up for women and breaking barriers and look at me in the Hunger Games. And that's what went on. Celebrities, again, specifically Hollywood celebrities, these are stupid people. These are stupid people that if they weren't born doing God knows what. I couldn't even tell you what they'd be doing. But they peddle victimhood. They peddle a fake oppression because they've gotten into this business model of making poor people feel bad for rich people. It's very Harry and Meghan. Remember we talked about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle yesterday? They're literally royals, like royalty. People go to Disney World, pay $1,300 for their daughter to pretend to be a princess for an hour. You get a tiara, we get a little makeover, you put on the costume, we take a bunch of pictures in front of Cinderella's castle. Mickey comes out, gives you a fist bump, and then...
Get her out! Get her out of here!
Literally pick your kid up and punt it. Like it's Ray Guy trying to corner a punt on 4th and 11. You get an hour to pretend you're a princess, and then Mickey just comes up. You were there at an hour and 1 minute, like you're going to hear it from Mickey.
I guess we have some issues.
Just punt you right out of there. Back whoever was in charge of getting you out of here and be like,
All right, now get out there and make me some good money.
That's it. All business, all the time. Okay? But understand, people like Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, people like Jennifer Lawrence, they want you to leave. What do they have in common? Spectacular prosperity. So rich beyond all believable bounds, your wildest imagination. Like, you can't even fathom how insane their lives are. Like, I can tell you this. Like, I'm on TV, man. I go to, like, really wild stuff. They fly you down. They pick you up in a big SUV. There's people. There's wardrobe people. Like, it's really fancy with what I'm doing. And I got to tell you something. It is nothing. And I mean nothing compared to what they're doing as Hollywood movie stars. Like, those people are cruise ships. Okay, I am the Somali pirate in Captain Phillips compared to a Hollywood movie star. Like, I might have more talent, like, now. But in terms of, like, panache and quality of life, oh, man, there is no comparison. But you'd rather be me than be them because I have the self-awareness to know my good fortune, to be grateful for it, to try and share it with other people in any way I can. What they're doing is trying to peddle some type of ridiculous victimhood. So you continue to feel bad for them and support their films like you're just giving a little fella a break. You know, it's like, do you remember when Meghan Markle did that interview with Oprah in Gayle King's backyard? Oprah is an actual billionaire at the time. Meghan Markle is royalty. She's a duchess. Okay, her father-in-law happens to be the King of England. If she gets into a pinch, it's not call your dad, it's call the king. Okay? They're doing okay. But they still continue to try to sell people victimhood because in this day and age, it pays. There has never been a dumber time to be alive than the one we're living in right now. And these celebrities are so self-absorbed, they don't hear themselves. Like, you understand, when Jennifer Lawrence says, no, we've never had a female action hero. Okay, she's saying that within a year of a Uma Thurman blockbuster coming out. She's saying that within, I think, 2 years of an Angelina Jolie blockbuster. I mean, monster films. Angelina Jolie's one of the biggest movie stars ever. But she still gets out there, and we're going to keep fighting, and we're going to keep pushing, because people are uncomfortable, and until they are, that's not actually happening, though. That's the problem, is everybody in arguments. All fake racism and white supremacy. Nobody cares. Do you understand? The key to bigotry, the key to ending misogyny, okay, was integrating society. Once everybody in society lived amongst each other, we realized we were all just people. Black people, not Asian people, not white people, not Muslim people, just people. Getting past male and female, any type of bigotry, any type of, phobia is born in ignorance. People don't understand something, they fear it, they hate it as a result of that fear. Once we fully integrated society, once we fully integrated the workforce, everybody just started to live amongst each other and realized we all had the same needs, okay? At the end of the day, we all want to make a couple of bucks, have a couple of laughs, keep ourselves and our families safe, okay? Watch a couple of good films, travel, get some good food into our tummies, and yeah, maybe at the end of the night, get a little something in the sack.
Oh, yes, I've read about that in the Bible.
But the only people amongst us who are truly are Hollywood celebrities because they're living such a life of spectacular prosperity. They think the only way to seem relatable is to tell you they're oppressed or they're facing some type of indignity. But it's laughable on its face coming from somebody who is just living. I mean, again, you talk about the 1%. They are the 1.000000001%. but they want you to feel bad for them. Because on some level, I'm telling you, there's this guilt inside of them. It's like, my God, how did me, of all the dopey people, get so lucky that I'm pretending to be a fake superhero for $1 million a year? That's what's going on, okay? There's a part of them that's a decent person that feels guilty, and then there's just this other part of them that's a tone-deaf idiot.
And I'm out here in the real world, and I know what's right or wrong or bullshit.
The critics have spoken. Little bastard. This is Fox Across America with Jimmy Fallon.
Like most Americans, you can see things are out of control. Global problems have local consequences. Too many of them. It spins us into chaos. Better grocery store supply chains are only as strong as their weakest link. Don't wait. Today is the day to secure emergency food for everyone in your family. My Patriot Supply is Preparedness Company. Our specially packaged and delicious food stays fresh for up to 25 years in storage. It'll be there when you need it. Pick up several emergency food kits. There are a dozen different sizes that average over 2,000 calories per day. As we all know, calories equals energy equals survival. And as you'd expect from a true preparedness company, our food kits are
Indian shoppers, don't overpay for your prescriptions. Just like you compare prices before you make a purchase, the GoodRx app lets you compare prices on prescription meds. It shows you low prices at pharmacies all around you. Don't overpay for your prescriptions. Another good reason to check GoodRx. To start saving, go to goodrx.com or download the free app today. 1% on retail prescription prices.
Get all of your favorite Fox News podcasts ad-free on Apple Podcasts with Fox News Podcasts Plus. From Trey Gowdy, the Fox News Rundown, Will King, Brian Kilmeade, and so much more. Go to foxnewspodcasts.com for all the details. The Fox News Rundown, a contrast of perspectives you won't hear anywhere else. Your daily day, featuring insight from top newsmakers, reporters, and Fox News contributors. Listen and subscribe now. Podcasts.com.
We help protect and grow everything. We are Acrosure.
It's Brian Kilmeade. So China actually had a situation where there was a fire on the 15th floor of an apartment building, and these people burned alive because of the fenced-in mechanisms they use on the COVID policy. That's what people are missing. The American way is empowering people to fulfill their destination and their goals and dreams. And what China is, you're born to lose your dreams and donate it to the country.
Weekdays at 9 a.m. East, or get the podcast now at BrianKilmeadeShow.com.
It's supposed to be a joyous time of year, but for some people, the holiday season can bring on an undue amount of stress. And with inflation concerns this year, psychologists are urging people to keep an eye on their. Melanie Longhurst is a licensed psychologist at Texas Tech and says high costs of food and gifts.
We're trying to show that we care for people through gift of some kind or trying to score that perfect deal. That can be very stressful.
Longhurst says it isn't just stress that happens during this time of year. It's also common.
Grief, loss, joy, sadness. I mean, it could really be a lot of mixed feelings. Loneliness, recognizing what you're feeling, what do you need, and being okay.
Sticking to healthy habits can decrease stress. For more health news, go to Fox News. House Call for Help. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. We